Today we are here in IIM Rohtak, a very vibrant campus. Some of the finest relationships in the world for the rest of your life are made in these campuses. The friendships you make here are so true, so pure that you will cherish them for the rest of your life.
We tend to give out when we learn more and more.
Right.
And we can learn more from the people who are actually living that life.
Especially IIM Rohtak as an institute, what really makes us unique is we have a focus on managing through skills, managing through values. The reason why I love blockchain is because it brings power to the masses.
Correct.
It decentralizes and basically empowers.
For any decision in life should be supported by the why you're doing it. And
Nice.
if that clarity isn't there, then going anywhere wouldn't make any sense.
Thank you so much. And today we are here in IIM Rohtak, a very vibrant campus. I'm told this is the largest IIM campus in the country. I would have almost got lost if I didn't have Anirudh, helping me navigate the campus. It was Leadership Summit and fabulous discussion. There were phenomenal lineup of speakers. And then I decided I should probably pick up four bright minds from the campus and bring them on the podcast, put them on spot, ask them all kind of uncomfortable questions. No, so I am here to quickly talk to them and know about the campus life and what makes this such a special institution. And I was talking about my good old days on how we used to argue, which is better, A or B. And I'm told that the debate still continues and lives on. But on a serious note, want to also understand, what are you guys doing that is very unique, not just from a campus, from an academia standpoint, but beyond, and not at the national Indian diaspora, but more on, globally for countries like Korea, for countries like Turkey, when probably the countries that we have partnered with and we're working very closely, when they look at India and the Indian academic setting, this video can probably give them a glimpse of what everything looks like. So thank you so much and welcome. I have Anirudh, I have Meenakshi, I have Ashwin, and I have Archisha on the show. Thank you so much, Archisha. So why don't you guys go ahead, introduce yourself, tell me what program you're doing and what are you studying, and then we go to the next segment on asking what is that you're doing beyond your studies.
All right. So hi everyone, my name is Anirudh Saha. I'm currently a first year MBA student at IIM Rohtak, and I'm also part of the IPM program. So this is technically my fourth year at this institute.
Fourth year.
Apart from this course, I am also part of the product and growth team at Stream NFT, and I was also part of the regenerative finance course at Frankfurt School of Blockchain. And yeah, looking forward to a great discussion.
Wow. Welcome, Anirudh.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. So I'm Meenakshi Thakur. I'm also the part of first year MBA here. And before coming here, I was a big data engineer at Cognizant, around 2.5 years. So I have worked with Azure and cloud basically, and those are my forte. Apart from that, I have been the part of the industry relations and interaction cell
Right.
at IIM Rohtak.
Right.
And we definitely love to host guests of high stature in our summits and guest lectures.
Nice.
And in my free time, I am also a writer. So I
Very
write
nice.
poetry, and one of my poems have been published in the consecutive journals of
Amazing.
the Artistic Association of India.
Amazing. Looking forward to knowing more about it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Ashwin. So similar to Anirudh, I'm also a student of the Integrated Program in Management. I'm an MBA first year student. I'm also a member of Organon, the Analytics Club of IIM Rohtak. So just by that, you might assume that I am a data analytics enthusiast, and that I am. In my free time, in addition to my academics, I love just learning more and more about data analytics, data science, and all things related to data.
Nice.
And in pursuit of that, I have had the wonderful opportunity of working with two startups in that role as well. I worked at a startup based in Delhi called Takachar. It deals in renewable energy, and I worked as a business data analyst intern there. And I also had the opportunity of working at another startup in Ahmedabad, which was a vegan food startup. And there as well, I helped them analyze their data.
Very nice.
I am a music enthusiast. I love playing the drums and other percussion instruments, and I also love reading in my free time. So yeah, I hope this discussion is very fruitful.
Amazing, man. We are glad to have a guy with such deep data background. Welcome. Archisha.
This is my first year, and I'm first year MBA student. I'm here for the PGB program,
Sure.
and I have a background in econ. I did my undergrad in NMIMS. I've mostly been in academics. I'm trying to take my research forward. So this is something I started in my undergrad, which was privatization of prisons.
Nice.
Which this was a US phenomenon, which is now increasingly expanding to Europe as well,
Sure.
and how that might apply to India.
Sure.
And that research I'm taking forward. I'm trying to take forward here. And otherwise, just the standard MBA, and I am a part of a committee as well. So.
Excellent. Welcome to the show. And I think a lot of our partner countries, Korea, I don't know if Korea, Turkey, all of these countries have privatized their prisons. If not, I think they know who to contact now. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. So I would first begin asking you guys about your campus life. Tell me a little bit more about what do you like about the campus. Let's not speak about the katorta, but everything other than that. I would love to know, what are the probably two things that you love about the campus, love about the life, and what is one thing that you probably wish would have changed?
Okay, all right. So this campus has been my home for the last 4 years. This is where I've grown up, and you could even. So I think two things that I really like. Firstly, my friends.
Mhm.
The friends and the bonds that I've made here are something that have shaped me
Correct.
into the person who I am today, and I know that these bonds I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Right.
Firstly, that, and secondly, I think the environment that this campus gives you is something that's so unique because firstly you could argue that we're away from the world,
Right.
all focused, we're fully focused in studying,
Right.
in all the academic rigor that we have. But apart from that, this environment really molds you into someone with a unique worldview, and that is the reason why I've continued here even for my postgrad.
Nice.
So yeah, and I think one thing that I don't like, not that many trees
Not
nearby.
don't like, but not that many.
Not that many trees nearby.
Beautiful. And just for the audience to know, I think Anirudh here is a national and international debater, and that's something that he's been doing for many years. So I'm sure his answers will be nice, sweet, and diplomatic. So bring it on. Very nice. Thank you. Thanks. Very nice points.
So since I have been here for around 4 months,
Right.
so the first thing that I love about this campus is the campus itself.
Right.
Like if you go out on late night walks, you'll see a sky full of stars,
Beautiful.
and that's really beautiful. So something that I admire about this
Right.
campus. Apart from that, the culture itself. Like I agree with Anirudh, the culture itself is, even if it is competitive,
Right.
you will always have a peer backup.
Right.
So in every step of life, even if you are going for case competitions, you can knock on any door, and if you have any idea, they will support you.
Beautiful.
So that is something that we are very proud of,
Right.
that we inculcate through our clubs, or
Right.
even without clubs. You'll see people helping out each other in every strata of life.
Amazing.
So that is something I really admire. Something that I could improve. Like I come from Kolkata, like my parents are there,
Sure.
so I do miss the food.
Food?
Yes.
Nice. So we'll make sure that we have more rasagullas here. Nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thanks, Meenakshi. Yeah.
So for the campus culture for me has been very vibrant. So
Right.
I've also been here for the past 4 years,
Right.
and it's very enticing. Especially there are dedicated groups for each and every activity you can think of. For example, you'll find people who dedicatedly go to the gym every day. You can find people who dedicatedly run. You can find a football group. You can find a basketball group, and all of them, they participate in activities daily.
Right.
They function on a regular basis. They participate in multiple competitions, and the club and committee culture is also very strong here.
Beautiful.
We have very frequent events, and we have multiple fun events. It's not always about academics here. After our classes, some events are about academics because that's required.
Right.
But more or less, we try to have fun throughout the day.
Amazing.
And usually, all the activities, they end up making us stay awake to, on an average, 2 a.m. The average sleeping time
I love it.
the average sleeping time on our campus is 2 a.m.
Wow.
And then all of us get up and are ready for classes at 8 in the morning. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a very energetic culture here.
Amazing. One thing you would improve.
One thing I would improve. One thing I might improve is maybe maybe more freedom in going out.
There you go. I was looking for this answer. Right.
So,
Right.
so because of how isolated we are, maybe that's why the restrictions are imposed. But
yeah.
maybe since we already go out on a few days, we might as well be allowed to go out on the other days. So
Other days
that
as
could
well.
be.
Sure.
I think that could.
Sure,
be
we'll make a formal request after the show. Good one, thank you.
Other than that, yeah, it's
It's a
been very
great
good
place.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I love about this campus, especially being someone who's commuted to college previously, like being a day scholar. So I get the people firstly because when you are a day scholar, you meet those people, like you meet your friends for a few hours, then you go home. So any issue that you have or anything, you have a very isolated life.
Sure.
When you come here, you do not. So if I had a problem previously 4 months ago, I would have gone to my parents. Now they're not here.
Yeah.
So now I've had to build a support system, and gladly they are here. Like gladly
Right.
that support system is here.
Yeah.
So having that feeling of belonging,
Yeah.
you know that there's a support system that you've built yourself, and you know that okay, if it's 2 a.m. I'm having a problem, I can go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this room I can go. Otherwise, I think it's a I don't know if it's a very common place, but when you walk through that big walkway that we took you on, where the libraries, there's so many big windows.
Correct.
It makes it feel really open and big. So I think that's like my best part. Like that's one of the few things on campus that I really really like, that walkway.
Nice.
Sometimes I'm just standing and like at 2 a.m. or something that at night it looks really pretty. So if
Nice.
I'm here, I'm getting a coffee, I'll just stand there for a while looking at the
Nice.
stars.
Nice.
One thing I would like to improve. I think they've covered all aspects of it. The mess food definitely.
I'm sure, but you're not allowed to be diplomatic on the show. You have to tell one point.
No, I think again being like this day scholar, I'm so used to having food from home, and when I
Nice.
came here, there's a difference. There's a designated menu. There's designated times you can eat. It's not like you can tell your mom, oh, just go make it.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that's something.
Okay. Nice. So, I mean, guys, I think I can't agree more on everything that you guys said. Obviously, one of the finest campuses that I've been here. I was just telling Anirudh that I've been at 7 IIM campuses in India, and this is probably one of the campuses I love. The energy is different, the vibe is different. Obviously, every single IIM is for me it's like temple, but yeah, this has been a great place. And the other thing that I was telling was some of the finest relationships in the world for the rest of your life are made in these campuses. The friendships you make here are so true, so pure that you will cherish them for the rest of your life. And for people who have grown up on the campus, spending 5 years of their life,
Yes.
I'm telling you, you will build bonds that will last beyond lifetimes. And I fully agree, and it is such a nice thing. So we now make the conversation a little more controversial, little more tough for all of us to answer. So I know that this is combination of academia, and then you also do a lot of internships. There are a lot of clubs that you guys run. I want each one of you to tell me about the club, the association, the committee that you guys run, and also tell me more about other clubs. For which, I mean, obviously lack of space time, we don't have representative from everywhere. One such place that we are sitting here is the PR cell, where the guys here are doing fabulous job. I think. Like I am sure on my YouTube channel you will see I run a podcast in a very very professional setup, and we have a studio in US, Dubai, London, and India. I think we spent a massive amount of money in setting up the studio. I think this one example here of the PR cell itself shows how creativity and innovation can kind of beat, and at a shoestring budget you can still set up a very professional studio. So like that, I want to know about every other clubs that are run here. Again, like I mentioned to you in the beginning, this is not just for the audience from India, but also audience from overseas who are looking at it. Both India as an academy and where we stand, and also as the future management gurus who are going to come out. I want you to talk a little bit more from a global perspective. We'll start with you.
All right, sir. So I am a member of the Industry Relations and Interaction Cell.
Sure.
Now we organize guest lectures, management summits, workshops,
Right.
live projects, and so basically we are at the forefront of connecting IIM Rohtak with the industry.
Right.
And this we are revolutionizing how corporates and how brands particularly engage
Right.
with IIM students.
Right.
Now it's not just placements. focus is holistic. We are focusing on a lot more holistic knowledge transfer between the industry and the students itself. Now, for example, this management summit is an example where we really were pushing for more startup founders,
Right.
simply because the startup and entrepreneurial mindset is something that's so needed
Sure.
in today's
Yeah.
really dynamic environment.
Yeah.
And now, apart from IRIC, there's a lot of other committees and clubs as well.
Right.
So there's a club for every domain. We have a thing called domain clubs. These are marketing clubs, consulting clubs, data analytics club. And there's also non-domain clubs, right? So now IRIC stands as firstly the true bridge between industry and our institute.
Right.
But we also, one thing that IRIC does is we organize these corporate, we call it the Corporate Connects program, and
Sure.
we build relationships
Sure.
with corporates to help help students who are studying. Maybe, for example, an IPM student joins IIM Rohtak at the age of 18.
Right.
Through IRIC, maybe he's able to forge a relationship through a workshop organized by, for example, Zeebu,
Right.
and that relationship lives with him forever. Maybe he starts working with Zeebu, he's associated with Zeebu, and this is we try to focus on forming more human and genuine connections.
Beautiful.
And yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll let my other panelists take over.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm also the part of industry relations and interaction cell.
Sure.
And a different perspective from what Anirudh has said is we basically humanize it more.
Right.
Not only do we build the bridges, but we also let people walk through them.
Right.
So all our
Nice.
students, like be it management summit, be it the leadership summit,
Right.
our focus is not only on getting the guests, but
Right.
like because guests also want to give it back to the society.
100%.
Every guest that we have had, and personally all the guests that I have interacted with, all of them had this one motto that we want to give back to the society.
Yeah.
We want to give it back to the academia.
Right.
And when they come here and when they interact with the students,
Mhm.
they leave an imprint of what students can be in the upcoming years.
Absolutely.
And apart from it, like when I joined IRIC, basically,
Yeah.
it was the motive was to understand how industry and academia can come in one shape. And globally looking at it, like students go from academia to industry and then come back from industry to academia.
Yeah.
This is a continuous cycle that we have.
Yeah.
And IRIC is one of those things that facilitates it both.
Beautiful.
And my perspective on this actually basically is that, like, if you look globally also, like we tend to give out when we learn more and more.
Right.
And we can learn more from the people who are actually living that life.
Right.
So like the founders that we had for leadership summit,
Yeah.
like the discussions that you guys had, and the
Right.
leaders, that those formed a lot of opinion in the students.
Sure.
Like we were getting the feedbacks from the students,
Beautiful.
and those people who actually have interest in getting their own startups,
Yeah.
they had this point of view that okay, now we know that what can be the challenges, where should we focus on, and what mistakes we should not do.
Yeah.
So something that someone has already made a mistake, or someone has learned from it, the
Yeah.
next generation can do better.
Yeah.
So that is one perspective. And apart from that, we have, like as he said, domain and non-domain clubs. The best part of the non-domain clubs is that it not only focuses on what corporates do,
Yeah.
but also giving back to the society. So we
Very
have
nice.
education for all.
Right.
That is a part of it. And the students there actually connect with the people who are underprivileged, so that
Nice.
the education is given to all. And we take out time from our schedules so that we can teach once a month or twice a month.
Beautiful.
So like that builds that can help the students who do not have the resources.
Yeah.
So one of it.
Very interesting. Very nice.
So, in addition to the committee, so I'll talk about the domain clubs particularly. I'm a part of Organon, the Analytics Club. It is one of the 5 domain clubs on campus. So, in addition to Organon, there is the Marketing Club, MARC, the Finance and Investment Club, FIC, Wazir, the Consulting Club, UMNR, the HR Club, and one. There are 6 domain clubs. The 6th club is Opcentrics, the Operations Club. So, the domain clubs, while IRIC is more outward oriented, the domain clubs are more inward oriented. In the sense, we try to uplift the batch and do good for the batch, because
Sure.
when a new PGP or a new MBA batch comes, a majority of them come from different backgrounds and they do not have much idea about a lot of the concepts that we cover and a lot of the managerial terms that we use. And we aim to bridge that gap. So particularly we as the Analytics Club, what we do, since analytics is important in the current day and age and people need to be aware about it, but many people don't have the technical background or don't know about know about it to begin with.
Yeah.
So what we do, we first of all conduct multiple knowledge sessions. We bring in speakers from outside to educate the batch about these concepts and tell them. And in addition to that, we also have multiple data analysis courses in our program as well. And if because they are taught in a very short time span, so to enhance the effect of those courses, our club also conducts additional knowledge sessions so that students can learn more from them.
Yeah.
And additionally, we also provide them access to multiple resources so that if they want to explore more and learn more about these tools and concepts, they can access them.
Sure.
And currently, our club is also working on an initiative wherein we'll be trying to help budding startup enthusiasts. So if they have any data analytics related concern, what we are planning to do is they can approach us, they can book a time slot with us, and then we'll guide them as to how they can go about addressing these problems.
Wow.
So we mainly want to ensure that students have their learning is enriched, and all the domain clubs aim to do that. The particular domains they want to enhance the knowledge and the information the students have about them.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I think I had the privilege of walking into the library and checking the marketing compendium that was produced
Yes.
and the Wazir report,
Yes.
Wazir report,
Wazir
on
casebook, yeah.
the casebook, crypto, sorry, bad. So, I mean, I think that it is at par with what a BCG or what any big five, top five management consulting firm would produce. And I think the outcome is phenomenal. I can't agree more. I think the clubs are producing some of the finest outcomes that you can think of. I want you to talk very specifically. You were very passionate. While we were having the lunch, and I loved that you guys are doing a lot of impact work, right? For example, the government of Haryana and how you were collaborating and helping government identify problems which they were completely blindfolded. I want you to walk us through your experience of that whole process. I'm sure that was part of one of the clubs or the activities that you did.
So REP, no, I am from the placement committee, so that is not something we do. But for REP is an academic part.
Right.
It's a course. It's one of our. It's a part of our coursework that we need to complete.
Right.
So what happens is.
So what is REP for the benefit of audience? Yeah.
So that's our rural engagement program.
Sure.
Our batch of 320 is divided into groups which go into 22 districts of Haryana.
Beautiful.
We cover all aspects. So this year we had 5 themes.
Yeah.
We had women empowerment, we had cyber security, especially financial literacy put into it. We had waste management and sanitation concerns, and we also had apart from that, we also had general awareness of people as well. So apart from these, what we had is a 99 question questionnaire, and it was our job every day to get at least 15 to 20 of them filled by every person
Beautiful.
individually, and that 10 groups. So we curated around 800 responses each. And apart from that, every day we used to have a meeting with any authority. So for example, I met the district commissioner, I met the ADC as well. I think all of them did meet their district commissioners, and any qualitative aspect that we wanted to know. So the forms covered the quantitative aspect of the job, and it was a Likert scale. So even there we were sorted. But when it came to the qualitative aspect and learning about the administrative facilities there, we could directly approach these government offices. And this now all of this data will help us make a report and a presentation to our faculty and our doctoral scholars, and this compilation will now go to the Ministry of Haryana.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so we used, all of this is something we learn in our research learning classes, or this data analytics. We have a data analytics course. So all of this now we're applying to real-time data, and we're applying it to create some real impact in the state that's given us so much.
Amazing.
We're all here. On this big campus, the government has provided. It's a central government university.
Right.
So whatever the government has provided us, this I think is a way to give back to the state that gives us so much.
Amazing. Amazing. And what I love about the whole thing is, I'm a huge advocate of India as a country, and I, like I was telling on my panel also, I feel blessed to be born in this country because this has given us so much. And like I said, when you go out and live in 10 other countries and come back and see, you will feel that being India has taught you Indian. You learned so much. You have a natural leverage over a lot of things. What I love about the initiative is, with all you guys who are like the bright minds and promise of this nation, you're going there and doing this. it's a bi-directional road, right? One, obviously, the government and the place is benefiting. You're identifying problem which is not very obvious, and I'm sure you're also getting enough exposure living with them, living with those people. It's a different story altogether when you study versus going and experiencing it. So it's a great thing. And
Yeah, and I think given that a lot of us come from tier one cities, so just living in those places, because we always read about it, we
Correct.
news articles, we read books, but
Correct.
we've never experienced it, and getting out of that comfort zone to and understand understand the land, understand the people.
Right.
I think that is, even just for 5 days, that's a big lesson for us.
Right.
Some of us also had the good opportunity of actually interacting with the government officials and implementing some changes. So
Oh wow.
I had visited the Palwal district, and then on our last day we interacted with the district commissioner,
Beautiful.
and he asked us what all we have done for the past 5 days and what if we had any recommendations.
Yeah.
We can suggest it to him, and we had a half an hour interaction with him. And
Nice.
that we put forth the recommendations to him, our qualitative recommendations. He immediately called the respective government, respective authority, and told them to look into it and implement it.
Amazing.
So that was immediately sanctioned, and it was sanctioned immediately. In addition to the fact that we had gone there and conducted research, because we are coming from IIM Rohtak, because of our name, they had the sense of credibility in us.
Oh, beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
a lot of them respected our opinion just because of that. In addition to the acumen that we presented.
Beautiful.
Adding on to your point, I am in the crypto space, as you say. I'm very bullish
Yeah.
on India.
Yeah.
And India is definitely the next big thing, and IIM Rohtak is really churning out the leaders who will take this India into a new century.
Beautiful.
So it's especially IIM Rohtak as an institute. What really makes us unique is we have a focus on managing through skills, managing through values.
Right.
It's a lot focus on value-based management. A lot of corporate governance recently you've seen the rate of defaults, frauds rise up. But if you know that if you hired management talent from IIM Rohtak, you know they're coming from a certain pedigree.
Yes.
A certain sense of integrity and ethics is directly ingrained, right, from our course curriculum into the way we function at our institute. So it's really needed, and the skills that this institute has provided to me, the education that I've been very lucky to receive, I know it has equipped me for the next future of work.
I love the way you're subtly selling it, man. Probably we should just take this clip, create a shot, send it to Dheeraj Sharma and say, here is your, the ambassador of IIM Rohtak, who is telling entire crypto fraternity that, you are producing, candidates who are going to change this industry. I love it. I love it.
This is actually inbuilt. Honestly, like all of us, like when we went to our rural engagement program,
Yeah.
we went to know,
Right.
and unfortunately, it is one of the backward areas.
Right.
And we were there to talk the concrete issues like women's safety is there, education is there,
Right.
and they had the faith to talk to us and open up, and we were
Amazing.
able to go to
That's
the
good.
colleges, and that is apart what Ashwin said and what Anirudh was talking about, that we build a bridge. And that bridge is not only about how credible we are, but also about how embedded these things are within us.
Amazing.
So we put these things forward, that we were able to communicate. It was not only a journey, academic part of it to us,
Right.
but also we wanted to make a change. So a
Yes.
change
Yes.
maker personalities that comes to IIM students, I believe.
Wow.
Like for IIM Rohtak especially, I
Wow.
would say.
Nice.
And it comes within from us, for
Yes.
us.
Nice,
I mean,
nice.
I think this remind me of something we were discussing over lunch as well. That when we went there, there was the credibility that this name got us.
Yes.
That the IIM Rohtak tag, the credibility that it got us. When I was interacting with a woman and she said, "Kahan se ho?" and stuff. I said, "Hum wahan se aaye hain, IIM se aaye hain." And then she opened up to me, and then her in the end she said something that really got to me. She said, "But aap kara doge na iska kuch." And then later
very nice.
when we interacted with the DC, it was so that woman had some issues with the police station. So when I told the district commissioner that this is what is happening on ground, there are tea vendors having problems and stuff. So he immediately called the SHO, and this is what, and we discussed with her, and we got the whole picture, and we could see our impact there again just because of the name that it is, and the credibility this institute has given us, because of the image that this institute has with respect to the values and integrity, that whatever we might be saying might not be false. There's not, we can say it and it will be taken with them, like with a grain of salt at least, that they might be right. They might be right, or they might be saying the truth because they come from some place that values integrity so much.
Yeah.
Just one more thing that I just reminded of was that when we went, like our campus is actually, it plays a very much role for gender diversity.
Sure.
Like you will see a lot of women empowerment inside the campus as well.
Correct.
And so when we went out, like
Right.
when we went to know, one thing that we saw was there were a lot of underprivileged girls.
Right.
So when we put it out there and we talk to the parents that we come from a campus that actually has a female male ratio that is respectable,
Right.
and compared to what is going on in Haryana or anywhere in the country,
Right.
that puts a perspective in parents' mind that okay, that is also an exception.
Right.
That can also happen.
Right.
So the parents who were actually worried about
Yeah.
sending their girls, they would only send their girls to women's college.
Right.
So when we interacted with them and we told them that we come from a college that has this kind of a ratio,
Nice.
and also that how much support we get from the male community that we have
Sure.
within the campus,
Sure.
they were actually looking forward that okay, MBA is also an option. It's
Very
not
nice.
only BA, and so that moves the children and also the women
Yeah.
towards the tech industry.
Beautiful.
And from coming from a tech community, I do feel that we have a lesser representation.
Correct.
And
100%.
and while growing, if you look at it from the larger perspective, in the global perspective, in the tech world, the representation is low, and to make that impact, like IIM Rohtak definitely has a different outlook
Sure.
for the female diversity as well as the kind of growth that we have to offer.
Sure.
So we can make a different kind of mark for the upcoming
Amazing.
generation.
Amazing. There you go. I think it's fabulous. I still see. I have no doubt that each one of you sitting in this room will end up becoming either a great entrepreneur or a great CEO at some point in life. But what is more humbling is to see that you're also trying to push the national interest forward. I think that's what our country needs, and I'm so happy and probably thankful to IIM Rohtak as an institution for imbibing this in every single person. We go to the next segment where I probably would say not rapid fire, but a round where we will ask questions about the future and what you guys plan to do, and where will I see each one of you, Anirudh, Meenakshi, all you guys 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and what do you aspire to build. So we get to that segment and we talk a little bit about what future holds, and also the most important segment where I want you guys to advise what aspiring youngsters who want to also be part of this prestigious institution, what should they do, what should they not, and then we conclude. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
We'll start with you again.
So where do I see myself in the future?
Uh-huh.
Technology is something that I've loved.
Right.
Working on the latest cutting edge technology. I interned at EY,
Sure.
and I had the privilege of working with latest in AI tools and blockchain tools.
Sure.
I think maybe using technology for the greater good. So that involves a lot of real world use cases for example blockchain, for example AI. Probably at the cutting edge of some sort of tech use case is something where I would like to see myself, not just in a business that just creates maximizes value for shareholders, but also creates social good.
Amazing.
And the reason why I've been in the Web3 space for a while now, the reason why I love blockchain is because it brings power to the masses.
Correct.
It decentralizes and basically empowers. And that is the vision that I have for any tech product that I build, or for if any tech project that I'm even a part of.
Amazing.
If it's giving power back to the people, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And an advice for people who want to maybe join IIM Rohtak, I think it would be focusing on what drives you the most.
Yeah.
Because IIM Rohtak as a college, you don't need to be from a science background, from a commerce background. You can be from any background. So having a clear passion for what you want to be, where you want to go, that is, I think, enough guiding light enough, and how maybe IIM Rohtak can help you getting there.
Beautiful.
For me, I know it gave me a unique worldview and a way of looking at things, and I know that is the key value that I've taken.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So basically, I have a dream that using big data, like I have been a big data enthusiast and I worked as a big data engineer. So I want to streamline the healthcare industry of India.
Amazing.
And because we have a lot of data and we have the academia talent as well.
Right.
So we have had researches on cancer and all the diseases like autoimmune diseases as well.
Right.
That India can be a very big sample size for.
Correct.
So a dream of mine is to streamline that data that we
Right.
generate in our hospitals or in data centers,
Right.
so that can be pushed back to the academia for better research.
Beautiful.
So India can be a research hub, as we have the scientists who go abroad.
Right.
So they can also contribute with the data that originates from their home country.
Very nice.
So that is a part. Apart from that, I also want, as a writer, I want to inculcate that the literacy, the part of our culture
Right.
that has to go beyond the boundaries of our nation.
Right.
So a part of me also wants to be in the literary space, so
Very
that
nice.
we can, and I'm also very interested that to learn more about the countries and their cultures.
Right.
So to spread our nation's culture and
Yeah.
to take it forward. This is
Beautiful.
something that I want to do.
Beautiful.
And to someone who wants to join these kind of institutions, I definitely believe that the people can bring out what they want to do. Like that can be the guiding light for them.
Sure.
So don't lose on that. With the clear-cut agenda or the thing that drives you,
Yeah.
bring that forward, and it will take you. Not it's not only about IIM Rohtak, but wherever you go, keep that light burning. That's
Amazing.
all I have.
Amazing. Amazing. And we'll also hopefully see your next book on
I really
poetry
hope so.
published. Yeah. Right. Nice.
So for me, especially my current motivation is driven by my past internship experiences.
Sure.
So when I worked with in the two startups that I said, there I realized that the ecosystem of a startup is very different, and how they go about analyzing data, the data that they have. Each and every startup, because of how nuanced their approaches are, all of their data and everything is very differently stored and captured. So I realized that, okay, so since I want to enter into this domain, I am interested in this domain, now I want to explore it more. In the short term, I want to just explore more businesses and see how
Sure.
the entire ecosystem is.
Sure.
In the long run, and this is also something that I developed recently. I actually worked on a case competition with Anirudh.
Right.
So in this case competition, we were working with a company for coming up with a solution for incorporating AI in governance for the Haryana government, for the Uttar Pradesh government.
Nice.
And while we didn't manage to make it to the final round, throughout this entire experience, I realized that, okay, AI can have tremendous AI and data analysis or by large can have tremendous applications, especially in the government sector and improving the lives of people in general.
Sure.
And currently, I just want to explore how that can happen and eventually, become an entrepreneur and have a business that can leverage this to support India.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's
Amazing.
my current goal.
Very
And
nice.
for students who or aspirants who wish to come to institutes such as IIM Rohtak, so for me as well, for any decision in life should be supported by the why you're doing it. And
Nice.
if that clarity isn't there, then going anywhere wouldn't make any sense.
Sure.
So being clear why you're doing and which maybe goal it's trying to approach, having that clarity would help you in deciding whether you want to come here or not.
Nice. Nice.
I think where I see myself in 5 years, if things go well, definitely development finance.
They will go well for sure. I can guarantee it. Yeah.
Somewhere in development finance.
Okay.
I am really inspired by what Grameen did with Bangladesh and what they're doing your Grameen Capital, and and how sustainable finance will be helped by this sector. So I think somewhere there,
Sure.
and really just extrapolate this altruistic tendency of finance and really really gravitate it towards what the people need.
Sure.
And to someone who's coming here, just be open to learn and unlearn,
Right.
and just have your core value intact. Whatever you are, first know yourself, have that core value,
Right.
because living in such a competitive and but a collaborative place, there you might lose what made you. So have that intact and just be open to learn, and then you'll be fine.
Amazing. Amazing. Very nice. I'm glad nobody said study 25 hours a day. Don't eat food and all of that. It's a great tip. I'm sure everybody will love. So we will do a quick 3 questions each. I'll ask and I want answers.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Answer in one word.
Okay.
The
And
coffees.
yeah, I'm sure we should have probably brought the hampers, but maybe for the next campus visit. And then I want you to give me an unfiltered, unbiased answer, and then we conclude.
Yeah.
Should we start with the debate champion again?
Yes, yes.
Sure.
One word for your campus life.
Fun.
Fun, amazing. According to you, what is one thing that you hate overall in your life?
Rapid fire.
Rigor.
Sorry?
Rigor.
Rigor? Oh, very nice. Okay. One thing that you could change in the world. You had a
Poverty.
magic wand, you would change.
Poverty.
Amazing. I'm back to you. Cognizant, Infosys, TCS.
Cognizant.
Very nice. Very nice. If you were made the data minister of this country, what is that one policy you would implement?
Data protection for
Data
every
protection.
individual.
Amazing. Hollywood or Bollywood?
Bollywood. Forever.
Bollywood. Very nice. Data or all the wealth in the world?
Data.
Data?
Yes.
Very nice. I expected that. Three things about Kathor that makes it Kathor.
Classes, schedule, and
Classes.
Okay.
yes, classes, schedule, and
Assignments.
yes, decision sheets.
Very nice. And three things that make this place a phenomenal place.
People, culture, and
Rapid fire.
yes, people, culture, and well, I won't say food, but third thing,
The vibe?
the vibe,
The energy.
in general.
Yeah. Sure, I thought so. Mumbai or Rohtak?
Mumbai.
Oh my god, I expected this from my Mumbaiker. Nice. All the wealth in the world or quit finance forever?
I think. Wait, quit finance forever or all the wealth in the world? I think I'll go with all the wealth in the world. Quit finance.
Smart! Okay. Mountains or oceans?
Ocean.
Very nice. So guys, I think first of all, thank you so much for all the patience in putting up with my questions and being on this show, and thank you so much for hosting me here. I loved the campus. I loved interaction with each one of you, and overall the whole event was fabulous. I have no doubt that each one of you will go out and do fabulous in your life. You will create a dent on the universe and make this a great place. Definitely leave this a better planet that we came in, and I wish you all the best. And let's keep in touch. And for all our audience, they can reach out to you on whatever Twitter handles. I'll put it in the comments. You guys, you're all active on Twitter, LinkedIn. Perfect. I'll put LinkedIn profiles of all four of you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you.